don't turn off the light.
We are live. Need more light?
Mm.
So, let people show up.
Yep.
We're going to talk about David.
Yeah, D4VD, the singer.
David
He's 20 years old.
He's a rap guy, right?
No, it says he's an indie rock guy, actually. Never heard of him, but we'll discuss something wonky going on with him, and we'll be discussing the Barry Morphew thing again, because it appears that while the jail says that he's not made bond or anything, a very good source of ours,
Nana.
She's got a source of her own that is boots on the ground, who says that that it is in the works and that he's probably going to be released sometime around midnight. So that'll be interesting. And I've actually have noticed that there have been some notorious people that do get released in the middle of the night so as to have minimal press.
I don't think Barry's afraid. I don't think he needs to be let out in the middle of the night because of his safety. Do you guys?
Or maybe his daughters are afraid for him.
Well, his daughters may be afraid for themselves.
That too, and they're probably the ones that are going to pick him up.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really. I mean, I know he's got a fan club and stuff.
I know that
there was women there in the court, but I don't really think he has any.
He didn't
real mail backup.
Well, he didn't bring his truck up here. That's down in Arizona. Unless he sent someone to go get his truck.
Who knows the way they juggle vehicles around. Also, of course, one of his daughters could have brought the truck,
For
or
sure.
any of his friends could have brought the truck to Colorado.
Somebody.
We know that if he does get out, he has to wear an ankle monitor. He's basically going to be on house arrest somewhere. It's not disclosed yet at this point where Barry would be released to. And I will be very curious about that.
I'm very concerned about why they think they need to let him out in the middle of the night. Why protect him? Why would they want to protect old poor Bear? Why?
I'm not really surprised about that because these people, they go for the press, they go for the jugular, they go for putting false allegations against YouTubers, saying that we're doing nefarious plots and such. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were going for some sort of special.
The news stations are going to be there, whatever that's worth. The news stations are always there for Barry. They were there when he got busted the first time. Remember, on the side of the highway.
It might not be quite that way this time around, though, because Linda Stanley was a total celebrity hound. She wanted to be on all the news, and I suspect she tipped off the various news agencies in order to get that stuff.
Allegation on old Linda.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So he may or may not be covered by regular news, but the boots on the ground person that is the source for our viewer who has been tipping us off, that person may be able to get some footage or just some heads up as to what's going on with Barry and when he gets released. And
they are waiting for input as well.
Yeah,
they're waiting for information. So we have people all around, Slida and Chafee and almost everybody's telling us what's going on.
We just don't have somebody sitting outside the jail at the moment, so we don't know that yet.
If somebody would like to go down to the jailhouse tonight, sit there in their car, and just wait for look for
I would have
things. But it's kind of a long ways though. It's way over there.
It's not that long of a ways from where we're parked right now, but
maybe later.
We'll just we prefer to like not say where we're gonna be, and we're just gonna say like um when we have left a place. Maybe we'll post it. Maybe some stuff that's more. Maybe Chris McDonough has the jail staked out. Who knows? Maybe. I wouldn't put it past him. And so anyway,
We need to have a couple of YouTubers show up over there at the jail tonight. If you
yeah,
guys want to go, help promote your channel. Let's go.
yeah, and yeah, I do believe that Barry gets special treatment. I'm going to be very curious about what all happens. I'll be looking for public records and things to figure out exactly where he is, and trying to make sure that he is following every little thing he has to do in order to be out. He's going to have an ankle monitor, and I'm guessing that where he's going to be in Alamosa County, he's not going to be able to play those games that he did last time around, where he was like, oh, well, where I'm staying, it doesn't pick up on the GPS, so what I'm going to do, and then like, oh, okay, well then that you'll just have to drive into town and check in. It's like, what the fudge? He's supposed to be on house arrest. He should be on house arrest. So hopefully he will be on house arrest where he's at, and only being able to leave for medical or legal purposes, like for hearings or anything like that, and for medical appointments.
We don't know if he's going to be released, Andy.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. Yeah, we've heard we talked to the jail. The jail said that he wasn't released and there was no money on his books, saying that he was being bailed out yet. But that could be the last step. So there could be something going on in the works that just the guy that answers the phone isn't aware of it at this point.
It's a small jail. They should know.
And there's going to be a status hearing on November 3rd, and definitely going to watch that. Well, and when it gets to the trial, we'll be there.
Okay. Let's talk about this other guy.
Okay, then the next thing we were looking at.
David?
Yeah, it is a felony to switch license plates, and poaching is not okay. I don't know what has happened to those charges, because he had some federal charges, and I don't know what's gone on with those, because he had federal weapons charges. He had charges regarding the illegal hunting and the other stuff that he had admitted to. He had a lot of stuff going on, and I never got any information regarding what happened with those things.
Do we have any mods in here tonight? Let me see.
And with the voting for Suzanne thing, he got a slap on the wrist. I think that's the thing that he got the 1-year probation for.
Yes, and he was voting.
And it just makes me sick what all he got away with in Chaffee County. And it seems that Alamosa County might be a bit more by the book. And I'm really hoping that that is the case. Meanwhile, it's up to the watchdogs out there to keep eyes on and make sure that he's not stepping out of line. And if anybody sees him stepping out of line, and if anybody gets any information, they need to turn his butt in, and he needs to not be able to get away with anything that he is not allowed to do legally.
It says that all the charges were dropped this time. Only murder one.
Only murder one is the charge this time. Okay, yeah, but those other ones, the federal ones and stuff, that's not in the jurisdiction of Alamosa to drop. So I'm like, what?
Right, that's all he's going to trial for this time in Alamosa.
And somebody has haunted underpants. That's funny.
Easy.
it just cracks me up because, different scary stories that people told as kids and around the campfire and stuff like that. We would make up our own scary stories, and
Okay.
I had one about dirty laundry that would come around, and if you hadn't locked your dirty laundry up into the dirties bag and tied it off and set it outside of the tent, that the dirties were going to get out and they were going to run around the tent and suffocate people or whatever, just to get my tent mates to get their dirty socks the heck out of the tent.
Who wants to be a moderator tonight? And moderators, if you have the ability to hide the user from the channel, just hide the user from the channel and be finished with them.
And
okay.
Yeah, I've got lots of trolls going on and stuff, and so I appreciate the mods who we call our troll hunters. We really love you, troll hunters, and go hunting after those trolls. And
there's a lot of naughty stuff up here,
and that's how come I usually, that's why I'm leaving it all to the mods now. And I have my hubby here is the one that goes and looks at the comments after everything and takes care of that stuff, because it's just too much for me, because on top of everything else, I had the medical stuff and everything and second chance at life and all that. And with this second chance of life, I decided to go and raw dog life. I am medication free, and just using meditation and all that kind of thing. So I just really don't need extra crap piled on. So I don't even pay attention to it. I don't read it. I let him screen things for me, and and so I can just be real with you without
thank you, Amber,
being all worried about anything. Anyhow, another thing that popped up on when we got to where we had data and we were able to pull up news stories, and one thing that just popped out that we didn't even get a chance to tell you about before because we didn't know about it, is that there is a singer named David, and he spells his name D4VD, and he's like 20 years old, and he has been brought in for questioning now, and his house has been totally or his California house. I don't know how many houses he has, because his Tesla, one of those, one of those swastikars, it was impounded, and inside of it, in the trunk, the boot in the front of the car, where I guess Teslas have it there, the storage area, like VWs do. Anyway, inside the boot, there was a human body in a bag.
How old was it? 16?
15. It turns out to be the remains of a 15-year-old girl who went missing out of Lake Elsinore last year, and she was a fan of this David guy. And some of the sources that I read said that she had actually gone to meet him prior to this. So she was a fan of his, and her parents reported her missing in April last year. And now this car, this Tesla that's registered to this David guy, had been parked outside of his house in California, and it had been moved a few times. Neighbors say that they saw that it's been moved a few places, but it was long-term parked and just kind of like ditched in the neighborhood. And finally the neighbors got sick of it and reported it, and then the car got towed to an impound yard, and it sat in the impound yard for a couple days, and it reeked. So then the impound lot called police, who then, when they opened it up, there were the badly decomposed remains of, at that point, what they could see was it was a woman, like a small woman with curly black hair, wearing black leggings and a tube top, and she was inside a bag in the boot of this car. And then on her index finger, she had a tattoo that says shh. Anyway, they were able to identify her, and she is the 15-year-old girl missing out of Lake Elsinore. And they have not come up with a cause of death yet, so it's all just being investigated at this point without any homicide charges or anything, pending how she died. And then it's really interesting because when I went and looked up this David guy, the first song of his that pops up is one titled "Romantic Homicide." I mean, that I'm just like, what the literal F is going on here?
We should get the lyrics of that.
And, I'll let hubby check out what the lyrics are for that.
There they are.
I'm scared. It feels like you don't care. Enlighten me, my dear. Why am I still here? I don't mean to be complacent with the decision made, but why? In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear, and I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone that won't even arrive. Huh. Wonder when he wrote that. I wonder when he wrote that, and I wonder if it has anything to do with this. Let's see. Now, it says he wrote it in 2022. And the girl didn't go missing until 2024. So, now I'm wondering what happened to this girl that went to see him and ended up dead in his Tesla.
She's 15. How did she get out of Lake Elsinore?
She disappeared in Lake Elsinore. He did a concert or whatever in Lake Elsinore, and she disappeared. She's 15 years old. Crazy about this singer guy. And, I guess she must have run off to go see him, and then she ends up dead in the boot of his Tesla. And, I can think of zero good reasons for her remains not to be turned in, like to the police or anything. I mean, if she OD'd or anything like that, if anything accidental happened, why not just take her to the hospital or call the hospital, call an ambulance, do something? Why put her in a bag and then put her in this Tesla and then park this Tesla outside of, on the street out in front of your house and then rotate it around the neighborhood and just leave it there? And this Tesla had Texas plates. And so eventually the neighbors thought it was suspicious.
It says that she was dismembered.
Oh, that's even worse.
According to KTLA.
KTLA 2 hours ago says that she was dismembered. She met David on social media, and let's see, her name is Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and and she met him on social media, and her teacher at Lakeland High School in Lake Elsinore, California, was aware that she was, into this singer and that she had met him.
She made her way to Hollywood after meeting David.
Okay, she made her way to Hollywood, and then she was picked up and returned to her mom in Lake Elsinore after running off to be with this David guy. And that was when she was 13, and now she's a 15-year-old corpse. So being when she was 13, that does make it 2022, the same year that he wrote the Romantic Homicide song. But, that time she was found and returned to her parents. Then she was reported missing again in April 2024. And, that's the last any of the family had heard of her until this Wednesday, when the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner identified her remains to her family.
Look what was only found.
It was a head and torso were found inside a bag in the front of the Tesla. The vehicle has been at the tow yard for about 5 days after it was reported abandoned in the Hollywood Hills.
Is this car registered to him?
Yes, this car is registered to this David guy.
Oh, he's in some big trouble.
And let's see, the remains were described as being around 5'2" tall and weighing around 71 pounds. But, now I'm like really freaked out because it also says that like her arms and legs are missing.
Oh my. Where is David tonight? Is he in jail or is he running loose?
Let's see. Oh dear. In a leaked song, the artist is heard singing about a person named Celeste with lyrics that include, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed." And that was leaked in December of 2023.
Dude, she
was
13.
And that song was titled Celeste Demo Unfinished. And the parents knew that she had a boyfriend named David before she went missing, but they thought that David was somebody her age. They didn't realize that David was this musician who is 5 years older than her.
Welcome everybody. I see a lot of people have popped in here lately.
And it turns out that David also has a tattoo on his right index finger with the word "shh," just like the one that Celeste Rivas had on her finger. And initial reports suggested that the musician was cooperating with investigators. But on Thursday, a spokesperson for LAPD told KTLA, "We do not have that information." And a search warrant was executed at this David guy's home in the Hollywood Hills where he'd been living, and several items of evidence were recovered and will be analyzed by detectives in the coming days. And then, of course, the blah, 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 this is an ongoing investigation, blah, blah, blah. And the artist himself has not spoken publicly or on social media about the investigation or his alleged ties to Rivas. He canceled his concert in Seattle last night, and he's scheduled to play at the Greek in LA on Saturday, but it's unclear if that concert will continue as planned.
It doesn't sound like he's been arrested then.
So no, he hasn't been arrested yet.
Oh. Who wants to be a moderator tonight? Who wants to go troll hunting? I see Amber. He's looks like my only mod in here tonight.
And Celeste Rivas' a former teacher told TMZ that the teen was often absent from school and that the teacher knew nothing about her home life, and that by relating to his current students what he knows about Rivas and the case, he says he's using it as a cautionary tale about how dangerous social media can be. And then it's asking for anybody that has information to contact Crime Stoppers or the LA police and stuff like that. But, damn. We were just talking about privilege and stuff. And, of course, it's not white privilege because this David guy is not and all that. But, just like with Barry, it seems people with money get some sort of special treatment. Because I guarantee you right now that if
you put a girl in the boot of your Tesla, you wouldn't be walking.
I wouldn't be walking around going, "Oh well, I'm gonna cancel my concert tonight, but I'll be doing a concert on Saturday and still traveling around and stuff." Yeah, no.
I have never heard of this guy. Have you guys heard of this?
Just special people get to walk around committing crimes and whatever. hopefully soon there will be justice for this girl. And, even if he didn't take her life, or even if he isn't the one that dismembered her, it's his car, and she was with him, and she went to see him, and he is 5 years older than her. This guy needs to do some time for something. That's all I'm saying about that one.
For something. Hanging out with teenager girls.
Yeah, because, that's not right. A 15-year-old girl with a 20-year-old man, no freaking way. And let's see, another story that we were gonna pull up today. Let's see, we did the Barry Morphy thing. Jimmy Kimmel. You guys hear about Jimmy Kimmel being suspended over this whole Charlie Kirk thing and what all he was saying in his monologues, where obviously in Jimmy Kimmel's monologues, Jimmy Kimmel is anti-MAGA and all that, but he's a comedian and he's known for that, and this is freedom of speech, and I thought this was, like the United States of America, and I thought that in the United States of America, freedom of speech is a protected thing, and yet the big guys, the advertising execs and stuff, contacted the stations that carry Jimmy Kimmel and said, pull him, suspend him. We're not going to pay any more ads. We're not going to give you any money if you let him keep going on. So he got suspended. And then Fox News, which, take it with a grain of salt, but Fox News is stating that Jimmy Kimmel doesn't get his show back until he makes an apology to, a public apology to,
you get him, Anne Marie.
To MAGA people and to Charlie Kirk's family and all this stuff. And it's like, it's comedy. It's a comedian. If you don't like it, you change the channel.
Travis Decker
update. We're going to go try to pull that up.
Let's do
it. What I do know about the Travis Decker case is this total butt plug of a guy took his 3 daughters out. It was like his afternoon with the kids or whatever, and he never brought them back. And then their deceased remains were found near campsite where he had taken them, and he had taken the lives of those little girls.
The Seattle
and
story.
Then he disappeared, and there was a big search. And then more recently, there was a search around the campground where they did find some bones, and they were going to investigate the bones. Let's see. Human remains believed to be the fugitive found near Leavenworth. And this is in Washington, I believe. NBC News says, when is this one? Remains believed to be those of. Okay. We didn't find the update yet. What does it say about what happened with Travis Decker? Are those remains that were found him? Has he been found, guys? We can go and find the article if you let us know some more details, because our Google is pulling up all kinds of old news about
Travis Decker.
Oh, here's 1 hour ago.
There you go. According to CNN,
it's believed to be Travis Decker were found, and they were located in the remote wooded area south of the town of Leavenworth, Washington. And positive identification has not yet been confirmed, but the preliminary findings suggest that the remains do belong to Travis Decker.
According to KOMO.
Yeah.
Seattle affiliate. Have you seen how much
Anyway,
viol's been going up in here?
He suffocated his 3 daughters, 5-year-old Olivia, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 9-year-old
Dude. What's up
Palin,
with these horrible people taking out their daughters?
And their bodies were found with multiple plastic bags over their heads at an abandoned campsite in Washington State. They had been reported missing by their mom days earlier when he had failed to bring them home after what was supposed to be a 3-hour visit mandated by a custody agreement. And his truck was found abandoned in the area of the campground. And then there was a huge search and they didn't find him or anything. And let's see.
News on him. Yeah.
And then DNA samples that were obtained from the bags and the cable ties found with the girls' bodies matched the profile of 4-decker, and no other DNA was found on the bags or the cable ties.
Yes, Brandon, we talk about horrible stuff on this channel. I know you're new here.
So, yeah, hopefully Travis Decker is indeed those remains found.
Yes.
Because
this man doesn't need a trial.
And he does not need to be polluting the planet anymore. And it is just horrible. And this is one of the things too that really gets my goat is how custody agreements and stuff, those kids should not have been alone with this guy. And their mom was worried. Their mom was aware that there was something wrong with Travis Decker. He'd been going quite wonky, and she was afraid for the kids and didn't want them alone with him. But mandated by custody by the state said that he had to be allowed to take them out for 3 hours that day, and he took them out for the 3 hours, never brought them back because he took them out of this world. And that is just disgusting.
Brandon says you're giving him nightmares now.
I'm sorry, Brandon.
And he's new to the channel. He can't know what to expect from us.
Yeah, and he's got a nice, sweet channel, and he cooks and stuff like that. And here we are going, blah! Here, Brandon has some nightmares. So that's the Travis Decker thing.
Let's talk about the furry guy.
Is this one? Oh yes, the furry guy.
Yes, the furry.
Not really Tyler Robinson, the guy that is the one that's been arrested for taking out Charlie Kirk in that horrible assassination. And I'm not saying Charlie Kirk is a nice guy or anything like that. And I'm not saying that I agree with anything that he said. I mean, some stuff he said that I do agree with, and some stuff
pretty
I
terrible
do not.
Stuff.
He has said some really horrible stuff as well, but he didn't deserve to be killed. Like I said, I'm a proponent for freedom of speech, and he's allowed to say whatever he wants to say, and he never should have been silenced with a bullet. But there are all kinds of conspiracies and information popping up around this whole Charlie Kirk assassination, including that some people are calling a script by Charlie Kirk's assassin, and the texts that he made to Lance Twiggs, his boyfriend, the alleged furry. I haven't seen proof that he's actually a furry, but he does wear animal onesies and stuff like that. They're a gay couple as far as I could tell, except for people are also saying that the Twigs guy is trans, that he is transitioning into a woman. but he's still using the name Lance. And um, so that I am unsure on that part of it, but obviously they have a friend group that does contain trans people and does contain furries and stuff like that, and these guys are like totally into their anime world and things like that. And they had a Discord group also where it appears that this assassin fellow may have confessed to taking Charlie Kirk's life, because he like apologized to the friend group saying that it was him at the campus and he's sorry and then he's going to turn himself in or whatever. And I'll just wait for actual confirmation when he goes to trial as to whether the screenshots that were obtained by the government were actually his screenshots. But then there's this script thing, which makes me wonder how involved this Lance Twiggs boyfriend person is, because as Susie mentions, the boyfriend is cooperating with police, but along with cooperating with police, he's been turning in all this information that seems to be going way out of the way to make sure that he is not implicated in this assassination. It appears that Tyler Robinson had left a note at the computer desk in their shared apartment or house. I don't remember what they were renting exactly. And then had admitted that he was going to do something to Charlie Kirk, or had done something to Charlie Kirk, and said, like, basically, if you're reading this, blah blah blah. And then the boyfriend's like shocked, and then it's like this love letter that seems to be like totally, I don't know, but though maybe it's just all romantical, and maybe he really does just love Lance, and maybe it's completely innocent, or maybe he's going out of his way to make sure that Lance isn't going to get in trouble for this at all, because who knows whose plan this was, and whether Tyler was doing this for Lance, or what exactly is the message that was supposed to, I don't know. And so there's a whole lot about that. And then people go way beyond the whole conspiracy thing, though. And I saw that one of my favorite guilty pleasure YouTubers did a thing where he was saying that the student that was hung at the Delta University, he was saying that whole thing was put into the news to take away coverage of Tyler Robinson and Lance Twiggs. And it's like, whoa, I think that's a bit of a stretch. So on the upside, Charlie Kirk's widow has been given his position as CEO of his organization.
There we go. This is a Daily Mail.
Okay, Daily Mail. I like Daily Mail. The alleged shooter had left a note that read, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." "What? You're joking, right?" Twiggs responded. And Robinson said back, "I'm still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." And apparently panicked Twiggs responded, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" with a bunch of question marks. And to which he said back, "I am sorry, I'm sorry." Soon after the text exchange was revealed by prosecutors, some social media users noted the awkward, almost scripted nature of the exchange. In an X post viewed over 5 million times, conservative commentator Sadie And C said she showed the text to her 21 and 23-year-old sons, who she says quickly doubted the messages and told her that people their age don't use complete sentences with correct punctuation.
Who does that?
So, Huh. Let's see. And another one is, you weren't the one who did it, right? I am. I'm sorry. I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Why? Why did I do it? Yeah. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't. Where'd it go? Okay, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. How long have you been planning this? A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK, if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the fuck will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? Then it's redacted. Messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices bulge ooh on Fox News, I might have a stroke, all right. I'm going to have to leave it, but that really, blank sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. IDK. I think that was a $2,000 scope. And delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle and is very unique. He's calling me right now, not answering. Since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. You are all I worry about, love. I'm much more worried about you. Don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. And then that is sparking conspiracy theorists to say that they think that it either was not written by these guys or that it was done for other reasons, like to protect Lance Twiggs or whatever. And honestly, I don't know what people in their subgroup talk like, and that might be how they text. So
if you're a furry and want to come on here, clarify some stuff.
Well, actually, I've known some furries though, and they didn't talk in full sentences and stuff like that.
People don't do that anymore.
So I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see what all the conversation is going to be about that one.
What does that have to do with? What does that have to do with Mississippi?
Yeah, what does it have to do with that? That was just insane to me that people go and tie some of this
The
stuff
Mississippi
together.
lynching I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I don't see how.
Say that's fake news.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
We talked about that. We talked about Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, two people did get hung in Mississippi. One guy was over by the casino.
Yeah, and to me that's unfortunate and not good, and also.
Yeah, if you know anything about
I better not sound like I hate Mississippi.
If you know anything about the hanging over there by the casino, go ahead and put it in the comments.
And then another thing, a Charlie Kirk thing, is I just came across, and once again, Fox News, guys, so I don't know if it's true or not, but it was published today, and it says the U.S. Senate has passed a resolution declaring October 14th the birthday of, which is the birthday of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, as the National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. And the new resolution designates the day as an opportunity for Americans to reflect on Kirk's contributions to public debate and civic engagement. And the resolution also recognizes Kirk for his contributions to civic education and public service, and encourages educational institutions, civic organizations, and citizens across the United States to observe this day with appropriate programs, activities, prayers, and ceremonies that promote civic engagement and the principles of faith, liberty, and democracy that Charlie Kirk championed.
But don't you think 2 hangings within 1 week in Mississippi, don't you think that's...
I think that's a bit much. And then I think, in my own opinion, I'm wondering how come the Charlie Kirk Day, if there was nothing special for the light went out.
That was me.
Okay.
That's my fault.
The Democratic there were some Democratic politicians that at least one of them was assassinated in their home, and I think it was Minnesota or something. And I didn't get much news about that at all. So it's like
kind of like Columbus Day celebration of an evil man.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know what to make of that. And just let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Charlie Kirk Day, and whether that, I mean, why not is there a Jimmy Carter Day?
Why would there be a Jimmy Carter Day?
Because he's deceased, and
he just gets grouped in with the other presidents.
But he did all these, well, I guess, but he did all kinds of civic duty. And
do you think there will be a Trump Day when he's all gone?
I'm maybe they'll lump him in with President's Day.
Oh, I hope so.
I don't know. So
what do you guys want to talk about?
Let's see, on social media, a lot of people are posting an image of a young black man when it was not that person that was hung. Huh. See, that's weird stuff too. And yay,
it happened Jimmy Carter on the same day.
A humble man. Brandon says there were 2 hangings in 1 day. Yeah, that's a bit much. I mean, it was like, what the heck is going on? I'm just upset about the divisiveness that seems to be going on. And here I thought that in this day and age, things should be let's see, you 2 Trump fans?
No.
Who are the Trump fans? National Cheeseburger Day. Oh, yum. Patty melts for dinner. Brandon, did you do a video on it?
Yeah, you just Put anything you want in the comment section.
Because I watched one. Did he make some kind of chicken?
I don't know. I'm out of cable here.
Yeah, I'm just walking.
Man, there's a lot of comments getting deleted in here, huh?
Yeah,
I don't even get a chance to read them.
Somebody said that they support Charlie Manson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to delete comments?
Charlie Manson
I put you in charge. You guys do it.
Although, I don't know, that was some weird stuff too. And like different times, I guess, with how certain topics are viewed and stuff. But you would think that in this day and age there wouldn't be as much divisiveness as there is, but there seems to be like KKK and all kinds of stuff still are a thing, and you would have thought that this stuff wouldn't be this big thing anymore.
Yeah, but we don't live down in Mississippi where they have all this activity going on. We don't know. If you're from Mississippi, go ahead, jump in there. Tell us what it's like.
Did anything change in the past, since the 60s and stuff? Has stuff changed?
Is this still a race-fired crazy place or what?
Because, we were just tourists through there a few years back, and it was beautiful, and they had some good food and everything.
Yeah,
and we didn't experience any of the, we didn't experience anything like that. But, like I said, we were tourists, and we were going through the tourist stuff and, the roadside food stands and things like that. So, we probably weren't getting a feel of what the real place was, just what the touristy part of it was. But some parts of Mississippi were just gorgeous. Like when we went to Biloxi.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Oh, that was nice.
Lots of good food over there in Mississippi. Side of the road, roach coaches. Yeah, that was cool. Anyways, what are we talking about? This is a true crime channel. Let's talk about some true crime.
Okay. Well, we went through a bunch of different true crime. And this channel, of course, we're going to talk about true crime because we're into true crime and all that. But it's also another day in the car. So you'll also be hearing and seeing more of
our travels, dude.
Yeah, and all that, and what with our new living situation of the freedom of the road, freedom from the mortgage, because you have to look at the bright side of everything. And at first it was devastating. Oh, we're going to lose the house. And then it was like, well, you know what? There were a lot of headaches, a lot of bills, a lot of stress, keeping the house. So just letting go. And, the stuff, oh no, we're not going to be able to keep, the cute furniture that we picked up over the years and stuff like that. Oh no, we're not going to be able to keep that. And then it's like, well, somebody else is going to be able to have memories with that stuff. And we don't really need stuff to make our memories, do we, babe?
No, we have lots of stuff. A whole lot of stuff. Too much.
No, we got rid of our stuff. We'll still have some stuff in storage that's going to also go bye-bye. So we don't have a storage unit either.
Well, not exactly van life, but...
Yeah, not exactly van life.
But we're going to go someplace, no doubt.
Yeah, but we're definitely going to be living mobile and doing some wandering.
Can you imagine if we would have camped out when Ori and Orson were messing over there in Bakersfield?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just hanging out
and
there.
So, we could figure out places to go and
big breaking crime stories.
Yeah, and like, for instance, because we're mobile now, we can go be there when Barry's trial does happen. And, we can be boots on the ground there, because likely they're going to have too small of a courtroom to actually have us in the courtroom, but it'll be live streamed, so we'd be able to tell you about that, but we'd be able to get footage from outside of the courthouse to show whatever we're allowed to film outside of the courthouse. I don't know how close we're going to be allowed
Last
to
time, they wouldn't let cameras on the courthouse property, remember?
Yeah, but you could be in the street just off the property. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot more freedom and a lot more ability to show you guys stuff like that
for sure.
Oh, and oh yeah, apartments are up too. It's just insane. I was when we were downsizing and trying to decide what to do, and then deciding, okay, well, we're just going to be mobile. We're going to live on the road. I mean, we used to do it for just for entertainment, vacations and stuff. And then we decided we were going to have to do it full time now. And we're embracing the adventure, embracing the freedom. But what was I saying about it? Oh yeah, apartments. That was one of the things we looked at when we thought, well, maybe if we can't keep the house, we can rent an apartment. And then we found out that renting an apartment would cost even more than holding on to the house. And it was like, what the?
But no maintenance though.
Yeah, no maintenance though, but lots and lots of rules. And
they want us to be quiet in an apartment.
Yeah, and
they want us to be quiet.
And we're big mouths.
No.
And we listen to metal music, so that was problematic in our minds anyway. And and speaking of metal music,
do tell.
Iron Maiden has posted their new tour dates for the summer of 2026.
Nice. Maiden time.
Maiden time.
Haven't seen Maiden forever. You guys like Iron Maiden? I don't know. True Crime Channel. We're talking about Iron Maiden.
They've extended their 50-year anniversary tour. They extended it.
Do you guys want to go out of here talking about a Suzanne video we made?
Which one?
I don't know.
But yeah, we were boots on the ground with the Suzanne thing, and one of the reasons why we were able to be there so much and have so much knowledge of it is, like I said, what we always did was camping and RVing and stuff. That's always been our way of life. So that was basically our backyard when this whole thing happened. And so we were like, hey, yeah, let's get back over to Salida. And
so Anne Marie says, run to the hills. Dude, we went and saw the Iron Maidens, a cover band, the other day. It was freaking awesome.
Oh, they are so good.
You need to go check those girls
I was afraid that they wouldn't be as good as they actually are, and it was just like excellent. But also love Iron Maiden, and I remember one time we went to see Iron Maiden in the US, and it was in Central California, and it was winter time. And when Bruce Dickinson arrived, he had a muffler on and everything, and he was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it got cold in California.
Yeah, they got stuck up on the grapevine.
They got stuck on the grapevine in a snowstorm.
He had a solo project, old Brucey did.
Yeah, Tattoo. He was that was right after the Tattoo Millionaire album came out that we saw him there in Bakersfield, California.
A long time ago. I know you guys were there.
Somebody must have been there. And
you know what? Saw the trailer for the new Borderlands today.
Borderlands 4. Anybody play Borderlands? Oh my god. Yeah. Bay and I, we're metalheads, and we like to play video games on the Xbox. We like multiplayer shooters, but we also really love the Borderlands series. We like to play together on a team. Like, one of the things that he and I played too is years ago there was this zombie game. We always called it Zombie Island, but it's actually Dead Island Riptide. and we were always a pair, uh, playing with other players and stuff, and that was really cool.
What kind of drugs do we like? Good drugs, bad drugs, any painkillers,
weed, actually,
ibuprofen,
CBD.
No.
I've gotten off all of my prescription stuff and am raw dogging life and enjoying it.
Oh, Ozzy.
And
love Ozzy.
Yeah.
Remember we made a video, we were listening to Ozzy one day and just talking.
Oh my God, yeah.
The
next day he passed on, and we were just talking about how bummed we were that we had missed his last concert because I'd been in the hospital, and so we weren't able to plan anything because for something like that, his last concert, we would have hopped a plane and gone.
I'm an addict and it sucks, it says. Shame.
Yeah, I can just find things.
Yes, Jules is looking good, huh? Considering she died and came back.
Yeah.
Did you see a light?
Yeah, I did. Did people ask? Or was that just you? Yeah, it was weird. It was surreal, and then afterwards, after that whole experience, which was surreal, and I'm not sure exactly how to fathom that part of it, but when I came around again in the recovery room, it was so surreal, and the experience of the actual, I guess they would call it a near-death experience or something like that, but it was so surreal. And I watch way too many zombie shows and all kinds of other stuff, so I actually woke up not knowing whether I was alive or not, and just kind of like it was weird. It was way weird. I can't even put into words. It was
she
weird.
Told me what it was like. I'm not gonna repeat.
Yeah, it was weird, and made me very glad.
Hey, yeah, I'd be lonely if she wasn't here.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we talking about?
So,
Suzanne.
yeah.
When we drove to Salida when she first went missing, and there was nobody there.
Yeah, that was
just
that
one
was insane.
Police car. That was it.
They and I have, we are four-wheel fanatics, and we also we both have a strong sense of duty and want to help, and it's like it's our lifeblood, it's our birthright, I guess is one of the things you would say, to help people that if we can. And so we've been on other searches and rescues. We've been, so we went out there, guys, and it was like nothing we've ever experienced before. There was no staging area. There was no, there was no tent where they had water or anything like that. There were no other searchers.
And we are talking Mirberry and Suzanne's house.
Right there where it happened. And and then there was a roadblock thing at the foot of their driveway, and that's like one of the only
they
signs.
Have a full-on gate out there now. They've installed a security gate. You can't get up there anymore.
But it was wrong right from the start, and we knew we still went ahead and went and checked the bike trails. We still went ahead and went out in the areas, and we called her name.
We went out into the forest up above Fuses, up that little bitty incline. It doesn't take much of a 4x to get up there. But you just got to drive up this little tiny rocky road, and you go on past the little pond. You drive out into the forest. It's dirt road. There's multiple campsites out in there, in very heavily wooded area.
Yeah, and and the bike trails there, and this is where, if there actually had been a bike ride where she would have gone, because it's the only place that makes sense for a bike ride beginning at Puma Path. It wouldn't have been where her bike was found. So like everything reeked of, okay, this is something else. And we weren't sure exactly what we had stumbled on, but we knew that what was being reported was not right, and we knew that something was very wrong. And we knew that this, we just knew we needed to know more. We're also nosy, and we're true crimers and all that. So we knew needed to know more. So we knew we needed to stick around in the area. We needed to like talk to community members. We needed to like just slide on into conversations that were happening, just like whether it was in the grocery store and you just kind of like wander over and butt in, or something, at a park or something like that, and there's certain people that are people that know people, and you just kind of hang out, and we're not people that people really pay attention to when they say, I mean, even if I have crazy colored hair or something, I just kind of like blend in, so to see. We're just people, and we're not people that other people really notice. We're kind of invisible people when we want to be. And so we kept our big old ears open and our eyes wide open, and we kept our mouths pretty much shut so we could get as much information as we could as we went nosing around.
There's a lot of old tie-dye hippies walking around out there around Salida.
Yeah. And so
common appearance around here.
Yeah, we're just pretty common looking people of a certain age, and kind of get
what do you guys want to talk about? Come on, you want to hear another true crime? Put us a subject up there. Man, that guy that did his 2 baby girls in
3?
No, 2.
Oh, another guy.
No, the original, 2 years ago. Remember? Prison, Kansas.
Oh, Chris Watts.
And this guy in Seattle. Very similar horrible people.
And they all have similarities to Mr. Barry Morphew. There are, once you've been around enough and been around darkness enough, you can kind of sense it when you're in the vicinity of it. And
good question, UFOs and drones.
And there are similarities, and a lot of times whether it's money or whatever it is, where a guy ends up being dissatisfied with his current life and wants something else, so he decides that the best thing to do is to kill the woman or kill the kid.
But speaking of UFOs and Jeff Puckett.
Oh, Jeff was a good guy.
Jeff Puckett said over by the alien UFO outlook station is where he should maybe go looking.
Yeah. When Jeff was a helpful person, he was also very suspicious of Barry and
did not make bail.
And he might have by now.
He may have. This is in the rumors.
But earlier tonight, when it was being reported that he had made bail, he had not yet made bail, but he could have been in the process of it.
And some people are speculating that, Bear's going to be let out in the middle of the night, so for his protection. I don't know if that's something that could happen or what.
Or maybe it's to protect anybody that might see him from barfing. Oh, God, there's Barry again.
Barry Morphew. I don't see why they would want to protect him. I think once he gets that money in there, they'll just turn the key and turn him out, and whenever it happens. Then they said that he was getting fitted for an ankle monitor earlier, according to that newspaper.
Yeah. And so maybe, don't know. All I know is that my guy at the jail said that he was still in there and there was no money on his books yet.
Jeff Puckett did an interview on another YouTube channel.
And Jeff Puckett's gone public on other people's channels. Jeff Puckett also would make no bones about it that he was suspicious of Barry to anybody that would talk to him, whether there was a camera rolling or not. What you saw was what you got with him. He was
could check with the news lady reporter, see if she got to interview Jeff Puckett. Lauren
Sharp did.
Check Lauren Sharp's channel, see if...
Yeah, I believe she's got it up on her channel still. And, then another channel has been taken down that had some good interviews with Jeff. Jeff was a good guy. He knew that Barry was a bad guy. And, Jeff is another person of a certain age that been around enough to be able to tell.
How far from the alien spotting station was Suzanne found?
Not real far.
The alien lookout station.
Yeah, I know. And he said maybe the aliens got her. But yeah, the alien lookout station is a marker point that you see, that you go past on your way to over where Suzanne was found. And some people tried to say that it was those that Suzanne had gone and joined those, what were they called, the Children of the Light or something like that, the cult that was out there, but no, that doesn't have anything to do with it. But that's also in the general.
See, it's Alamosa UFO Watchtower.
Yeah, and probably something that Barry was aware of, because Barry did follow true crime. And I don't know where all he had Suzanne before he put her where she ended up, but guaranteed he was trying his damnedest to make sure that it wouldn't come back to him.
Alamosa.
But it did.
So he was spewing that right from years ago, and then all of a sudden he didn't make it.
Yeah, and I have my suspicions about that, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's not suspicious that somebody would OD, but I am suspicious about the way that Jeff did. And I've read his autopsy, and R.I.P. Jeff. Let's see. Do we have anything else?
No, I think we're pretty much out of everything.
Okay. Alien.
Colorado. That's that Paul guy from that little movie we just watched.
Oh my God, Paul. You guys see a movie about with an alien named Paul? And I think it has Simon Pegg in it too. Simon Pegg's one of my favorite actors. I think that was Simon Pegg. I don't know though, because it
was on Netflix.
I was half asleep when you were watching it.
Anyway,
so, and hello, New Zealand. We're gonna get off of here now, and we'll probably go live again soon. So hit those notification bells and
smash that like button.
And we do
definitely
tend to put a post in our posts section to let people know when we're going to be going live before too long. But at the moment, the way things are, we don't have a set schedule yet.
No, but
we're going to work on it. So
maybe later on, 10 o'clock at night. What do you guys think? I don't know.
So peace, and until next time. Are you gonna boop it?
Well, that comment section went for a second. Good night, everybody.
Night.
that run. They could stare at us.
They could stare at us. That's when.
Yeah. What time's good for you guys? Want to go live? 10 o'clock at night? Rocky Mountain time? Earlier? Later? All right, well, I see she's going to lay down in the back seat. Good night. Thanks for modding, Amber. And my other moderators out there, you guys are doing great.
Yes, we love our troll hunters.
My goodness, a bunch of trolls in here tonight, huh? You guys are making comments disappear. I don't even get a chance to read them. Wow. Well, Australia's about 13 hours ahead of us, isn't it? Oh, no, it's more than that. And Australia is probably like, what is it, like 2 o'clock on Saturday, 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon over there? Is that about right?
Or is it Friday over there?
No, it's already Friday. Well, it's going to be in a minute. So it'll be 2 p.m. right now in Australia, guys. Is that right? I don't even know. Oh, it's 3 p.m. on Friday. Okay.
Oh.
Thank you, Edie. Yeah, 5:30 in New Zealand. Yeah, we keep you guys in mind. And then over there in the UK, it's like 7 hours. So it'll be 7 o'clock in like the UK. It'll be like 11 o'clock here. So it'll be like 7 a.m. in the UK tomorrow morning. Anyways, I got to get off of here. Thank you for showing up, everybody. Let the comments run. Anyways, I don't have anything else to say. We're all talked out. I'm going to try to get some more current events up for you guys. Try to stay current. I'll bring you some Suzanne stuff and maybe do a recap on some Suzanne videos later on. Check out the channel. We have a lot of Suzanne content, a lot of drives in the Salida area, up in Barry's trash runs up there in Broomfield. A lot of Suzanne content, like probably, what do you think, maybe 50 videos on Suzanne Morphew.
There's a lot.
Waiting for a hubby. Oh, what's he making? Cooking dinner. He's better than me, she says. I made dinner right before we started the live.
My hubby's a better cook than I am.
I
can make salsa.
I fed my dear wife. Subbed. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Donna, for sure. Sometimes we do AI content as well, little cartoon videos, but they're always true crime related stuff. And sometimes
probably do more of that in the winter time, though.
Yeah, that's a winter time event. It just takes a long. They take about 8 hours to build a 3-man video, but it's all right though. Chicken curry. Yum. I better shut off. Thank you guys for showing up. I mean it. Good night.